go back to Fruit Beast. I've got my little deaf dog, so Hershey has disappeared. All right, let me get that little setter. Oh, look at him go. All right, so let me get Hershey. Hershey! Hershey suddenly reappears. Hershey, let me tell you right now, is turning into a greedy grabber. I've got Andre, and I've got my little bulldog, Molly. And I'm not gonna do anything with my little bulldog because I don't know where he is right now. I have an idea he's out there swimming, but until I can get him a little bit better than all of us. Hershey! Good. That's what you want to practice doing with one like this, you guys. Hershey would take off after something. Let me get Molly. Molly! Molly! I'll tell you what Molly did. I don't even want to have to tell you what Molly did. Oh, look at her go. Molly, I just throw the treats at. So Molly is not healthy. And I don't think Molly ever will be because Molly's about 7 years old. Hershey! I'm going to tell you why you want to practice that with one like this. This dog had predatory behavior. I'm getting my little setter. Yep, he started to ignore me. Oops. I'm going to add my nick on that one. And that's what you need to be ready to do, cheers. Andre! This is a tutorial. No, not to open. This is why I'm trying to get them to get this Bluetooth. Hershey! If I could have these things on my finger. So me and Kurt and Helen were talking about. Oh yeah, you're like, yeah, that's gonna solve it. Oh, I can just have them on my fingers and go like this. I want to be dropping them all the time like this. Started to have another one of my meltdowns with them the other day. Look down. I mean, I feel so sorry for this guy. You know what I told him? I said, look, if anything is not static in this world, there's a little bulldog. If anything is not static in this world, right, here comes my little bulldog. It's electronics. The least static thing in the world is electronics. If in 5 years your electronics are the same as they are today, yeah, even Crystal's like, yeah. All right, I'm going to get my little setter. Hershey! Here comes my little setter. Do you want to practice this, you guys? To them, it's very obvious. It's very obvious that, again, I am not concerned about going and looking for them and stuff like that. All through. Come on, let's go find some more left. Anyway, my little baby possum is doing so good. And she's getting so tame. She doesn't really seem like she's growing. Let me get my little bulldog. My little bulldog headed straight for the water. Oh, you know, and I didn't even realize that's... here he comes. I've got to tell you, I just love this little bulldog. I'm sure I told you guys that, but initially we didn't know he was deaf. And, you know, I'm going to be honest with you guys, I don't know. I mean, you have to suspect deafness in certain breeds of dogs, but when someone tells you it's not deaf, you don't have any reason to think it is deaf. I'm not sure, because of just the dynamic we've got going around. Let him get my little setter. The dynamic we've got going on around here. So I'm holding my pager down right there. All right, we need to prepare for the flood later. We need to pull that bed out of that cage when we put him back in there. So in case he has one. Anyway, and that bed company sent me 3 more beds yesterday just out of the blue. All right, watch out. Andre's behind you. Watch out. Oh, yeah. He was just getting ready to... He was running backwards, looking the other way, just getting ready to slam into you. Andre! Andre! Andre is actually Eli's son. Good. I'm going to show you how to get that little setter out of the water. I'm going to wait for it. Look at Molly swimming. Molly. Hang on, I'm gonna get my little bulldog. You gotta keep holding it down on that little bulldog. I'm gonna tell you what I did right there. I kept holding it down, and then I added my nick on 40. All right, let me get that little bulldog. Holding it down, adding my nick. See, that turned him around. Started to go back, but then I've got to tell you, I just love that little bulldog. And I went to dinner with Breck the other night, so he's out here in the driveway. So I'm signaling him, come in, because I want him to see the little bulldog. There's no response. That's when I was still looking for the lock remote, just kind of looking in the van real quick. I'm signaling him, come in. No response whatsoever. So I walk up, by the gate. I'm signaling, say, no response. I open up the gate, get all the way up to the truck. Keep in mind, he's a deputy sheriff. And he's so busy on his phone, he doesn't even see me. I have to knock on the window. I'm going to get that little setter. I'm going to tell you, I almost added my nick right there, and I'm going to add it right there. See what happened? I got him right up. Anyway, so I made Breck come in so that he could see. I'm going to tell you what you're going to have to do, because you're somehow going to have to dump those tadpoles into the pond. If any of them can survive, of course, they'll just probably all get eaten. Crystal didn't do the water buckets yesterday in the front, and tadpoles got in there. So anyway, I made Breck come in to see the little bulldog, and of course he just thought he was the cutest thing ever. And of course we went straight to Norwood's, get that little bulldog. Oh, look at him go. So he is learning. If you guys remember the other day, all right, let me get Hershey. Hershey has got a ton of food. That's why these dogs have a lot of drive in general. And I say this, and you guys know this. Hershey, you've got to train him in drive, because when this dog later decides to go into drive and start chasing something, that's how you're going to get it. That's how you're going to get it back under control. Andre's be careful. Don't let Andre get behind you without keeping an eye on him. Andre! Hershey likes to disappear. Hershey! And I'm going to tell you, that's good boy. Oh, he is Johnny on the spot, that one. Let me see those extra treats. All right, let me get my little setter. He's over there playing in the water. And I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get him with a little nick to start out with. There we go. Oh, he doesn't know where we went. Oh, boy. Go get him, Hershey. Hershey will go get him. Hershey! I'm going to tell you what happened right there, you guys, and that does occasionally happen to one. Because we went around the corner, he didn't see us. Let's see if we can figure out how to get back out here. And those tend not to be real thinking dogs. They're more reacting. he was on his way, but the last thing he could remember was that we were outside that gate. Look, here he comes. Ah, what a good boy. So what he did was make it job one to find us. Pretty smart though. He saw that we weren't up there. But you know, those things have a good little nose too. See how Hershey went to go get him, but Hershey probably couldn't catch him. If we had a race between those two, it would be pretty close. Those two and Molly. The little bulldog, he's not too fast. Andre, he's not too fast. Where did Elijah go? Oh, Elijah. That's to give Elijah some treats, so he hangs around. That little bulldog's headed into the bushes. I'm going to get him. Get him with a little nick just to start out with. I like a little bulldog to know. I don't like for a little bulldog to disappear. If there's one thing I don't like, it's a little bulldog that disappears in the bushes. All right, guys, we have to get an intern for the summer. If any of you want to come here and be the intern, it's like the funnest job ever. First, we'd have to clean out that spare room where all that, I don't know, Thimble's clothes are. Well, she just goes in there and throws all her clothes around because she doesn't know what to wear. Throws the outfits all over the place. Needs to donate some of her clothes that she can't fit in anymore. Oh, and let me tell you what happened. I don't know if you guys remember this, but a few years ago, this little group of internet bullies, from the pig-loving community, made a point to go on YouTube. I was blocking these people right and left. Oh, I'm starving, Thimble, blah, blah, blah. I never starved anything in my life. So then that video of her from America's Funniest Videos when she was a baby resurfaced. Andre, they obviously saw all the online hype of Thimble and put that back on there. So this woman comes on there, and let me tell you what. Let me just describe what she looks like. Here's her teeth, and, she's huge, and she says, oh, you're starving her. Yeah, starving her. She can't even fit in her clothes. She's so fat. So I just get rid of her. I feel like, saying, but Kelly doesn't do that. So then some other woman comes on there. Let me tell you what she looks like. And, because they could do it anonymously on YouTube, but on Facebook they can't. And she said, do you have any pictures of you at a normal weight? It was all I could do. After seeing her picture to say, do you have any pictures of you at a normal weight? But I didn't do it. The Kelly character was able, the real Kelly wanted to say, the Kelly character, who plays the role of the stage mother of the piano playing pig, was able to just block and say nothing. Because that's the night I was going out with Breck. I didn't want Breck to be disappointed in me. I got to set a good example. Oh, and I just saw on Facebook, Sven is going to some Dave concert in Amsterdam. All right, I'm gonna get that little setter. I'm gonna tell you what, Bob. He made it a point to figure out where we were. He was not going to just start yin-yanging around. He saw that we weren't by the house, and he came back. All right, I'm going to get that little bulldog. Let me tell you what, that little bulldog, he's got to think about what he wants to do. He doesn't have particularly what I would call real muscle memory. Elijah! He thinks about what he wants to do. And every dog is not going to be able to be conditioned ideally, you guys. I mean, you're going to have problems. Holding it down. So I got to say, this little bulldog's doing great. If there's one thing I love, it's that little bulldog. Anyway, Sven is going to some Dave concert in Amsterdam. So I already found another gift to give because I told Sven, because he didn't ask for a picture or autograph because those guys get sick of that. That's all these people want. Give me a picture. Hershey! give me a picture, give me an autograph. So I said, you know, we're the new super fan of the future. We give things. We don't just sit there and give me an autograph and all that. You know, I mean, I didn't even take the prizes from the stage. You guys know that. I don't even want that. There's nothing, you know, that wouldn't really mean anything to me. I mean, not that it, you know, not that it would mean anything. Molly! But I would rather have someone, you know that you believed in them, an intangible thing like that, than have something that they signed and pretend like, you know. All right, let's go this way. I don't know what happened to the deer. It has not been seen. Luann hasn't seen it. Nobody's seen it. Hershey? You know, Hershey's very textbook in his response. The second he feels that pager. Eli! Start coming down. We forgot Pretzel. Our Pretzel's going to have to go with the last week. I'm going to get the bulldog and Hershey. Hershey! What I did, again, I used Hershey to my advantage. Because remember, that's how I originally got the little bulldog conditioned. And you saw how much faster the little bulldog ran that time. Crystal's like, she's a dog training genius. All right, but what I'm not going to do is let that little bulldog start going on that little setter. Because they're very similar in weight, and they're almost kind of, they both have white and have spots. But those little bulldogs are too tenacious. And he just overwhelmed that little dog, and he's getting ready to have a problem if he keeps doing that. In a way, Blue's kind of bringing it out. Anyway, so I found, back to Sven. You guys are like, who's Sven? Somehow I'm Svengali, that's it. I'm like an accidental Svengali to this guy. All right, watch out. All right, and I'm going to tell you the way to put a stop to that is add your nick. And add your food right there. I found this really cool falcon lighter for him to get for Dave. I might get a gift and send it to him and have him give it to Dave for me. All right, well, there's Hershey way over there. I'm gonna do Hershey and my little bulldog together again if I can. You saw how much more speed I got. Meanwhile, Eli eats all the treats. If I had known this is how to make Eli like me, I would have done this a long time ago. Watch out. Hershey! Let me tell you what, I got Hershey with the nick right there. And I'm going to tell you why, because he ran and disappeared out of my sight. Oh, that little bulldog, I got to tell you, I just love that little bulldog. He's not good like Screechy, though. Let me tell you what, Screechy, you could just put him in the bed and he'd go right to sleep. Not this thing. Well... Alright, I'm about to have to put a stop to that here real quick. Alright, see what's happening here. That dog's running that dog into every other dog. Causing problems. Watch out. The way to put a stop to that, you guys, just add your nick. It's the only way. You do want to link the nick with the food. Therein is where the problem lies if you have one that doesn't have any food to ride. All right, I'm going to do Hershey and that bulldog together again. Watch. Hershey! Except for the bulldog didn't see him. So what that was 3... Eli! That was 3 nicks on that bulldog. Tap, tap, tap. Andre? That was a nice little turnaround on Andre, but look at him just walking as fast as he can back to me. This is a tremendous, tremendous animal, though. I can't stress enough. I would sell that dog, but that dog would be very expensive. Anyway, someone's coming tomorrow to look at Jameson. I don't know if you guys saw his little video, but he's quite the little dog. All right, I'm gonna get... Hershey? I repeated what I did earlier, which was give him a nick and then follow real quickly with my pager. Get that little bulldog. Eli doesn't swim either. Eli needs to get out there and swim. Eli also needs a bath, and he's huge. All right, I'm going to get Birdie. Oh, no chance. All right, all of these dogs are going to have to be let out again, and that little setter's probably going to have to be let out twice, and so is that little bulldog, because look at them guzzling all the water. Guzzling, guzzling. Holding that pager down, holding it down, holding it down. Staff, that little bulldog is staffed, and this one's staffed. And we still have Pretzel and Snowy River. She's in there. Alright, I'm going to get that little center. That's what you guys want to think of with him at home, that we're continually conditioning that behavior. Obviously, it's not going to be any, let's see if we can get it to do it without it scenario, because they do start to get a sense, though. You see how many times I say I'm getting ready to call them, and they start to do it anyway. You do need a certain cadence to it. I'm going to call them one time, and then, you know, do it every 10 seconds. Or, I'm going to have to do a video to explain that, but you do want there to be a certain cadence to the way you're using the collar. Let me see if I can get that little bulldog. That little bulldog is not good. Hershey is a good training assistant for that little bulldog. All right, I'm going to get Birdie. Listen, you little bulldog. As you can see, Birdie's just about as starved as Thimble. Birdie is huge. He probably weighs 75 pounds. The dog was like 30 pounds when I got him. All right, I'm going to get that one out of the water. Hershey! So when they're in the water like that, I'm holding the pager down, I'm letting it up, and then I'm hitting it again. I'm hitting it again once they hit the land. Hershey. All right, guys, we got to get them in before this one drinks anymore. All right, you guys.